What is up, guys? It is John, the Game Master Guys here, and welcome to day 30 of my journal entry of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Oh my gosh, this part here, it gives me nostalgia. This is such a throwback to day 1. Guys, I cannot believe this, but we're actually at the final entry. I never thought I would actually complete 30 days and upload 30 Animal Crossing videos in a row consecutively. Oh my gosh, what a relief. Like, Jesus, I probably will never want to do this again. At least a daily series that'll last for 30 days. Uploading daily videos, it is such a tiring process. Like, honestly, I feel kind of lucky that this is quarantine time at the moment because it gives me more time in my house to really edit these videos and then publish them out daily. And I don't know if I'll get this opportunity ever again in the future, but hey, I'm glad it has happened now than never. And now for today's journal entry, this is going to be a different styled one. This is going to be more of a recap, focusing on at least what happened in the past 30 days, and at least seeing how each building has established and how it has evolved, and then same with the island as well. It became nothing into something. So it'll be a fun look back. Honestly, I haven't really looked back in these either, so it would just feel like a throwback to me in a way. Like, Jesus Christ, like I wasn't kidding when I said a month can change. Like, it literally changed. Anyways, let's go to memory lane and take a look back on how Jorioh has evolved from then and now. What is Animal Crossing? How do you even play Animal Crossing? I don't know. How do you truly determine how you play a life simulation game? What is even a game? I'm not trying to get philosophical here, but I just want to know the correct way to play the game. Is there a correct way to play the game? From what I believe in, no. No, there isn't. There are many ways on how you can play Animal Crossing. Life is short, break the rules, and our island life doesn't require that we be the best, but only that we try our best. Alright, so recapping back to day 1, this is where I actually got to meet Antonio, along with Phoebe. However, though, due to abuse of time traveling and nonsense and such, like very early in the game, I had to delete my registration because I want to at least go through this legitimately. And with that result, I got Goose and Paula. Now, they're both the same class of villagers, like in terms of like Goose and Antonio and Paula and Phoebe. But it's all good. I ended up liking them regardless, and I got Antonio and Phoebe back, so, you know, I didn't really lose anything at the end. And my island layout was pretty much the same. And throughout each day, my island has got more livelier and livelier as usual. Like, it looks pretty barren at first, but I had to get things started. And to start this off is my house. Like, my house was fucking barren at first. Like, it was really tiny, and, you know, it started off as a tent. And without a doubt, I had thoughts already of moving this house because I was not going to place it there. Instead, I thought placing it on the top right part of the island would be a better choice. I was a bit finicky at first and kind of like 50-50 on it because like what if I didn't like it and what if I wanted somewhere else? But you know what? I stick with it and I thought it would go well. But you know, it was a bit of a chore in the beginning, like ever since like that house was moved, because there's only one specific reason why, and I just hate to look back at this. Like, I cannot believe I actually just bared, like, just climbing down this mountain. I can't believe I bared with it. Because, yeah, I had to use a ladder, like, at least a couple times, and a vaulting pole in order to get to where I needed to go. Like, oh my gosh, it was horrifyingly slow. Like, how did I get used to this? I could never get used to this at all. And then where my former house used to be at, it ended up being a temporarily able sister shop location. Because I had no idea where to put it. Literally, I was just putting stuff left and right to my island. And then eventually, I had the opportunity to move the tailor shop to a much better location. And this is where the final result is at. I was really proud of how it was, and it's still sticking out good to this day. However, though, Nook's Cranny had an identity crisis on where I wanted to be placed, because I was pretty much left and right on how I wanted it. I ended up moving it, but moving it to a spot where I wasn't really satisfied where it was placed, honestly. So I thought placing it up here turned out to be a better job, which looked good and matches to other buildings, really. And also, Nook's Cranny managed to upgrade as well, and it looks a lot nicer than usual, and it's not even ghetto looking, so I'm loving how this will turn out. And next is the museum. Now, the museum has been through quite an interesting phase. It's pretty much been remained in the same location for the longest time ever. And I was planning to move it at some point. Like, I wanted to have it here as a beach museum type of thing, but then, You know, as soon as I got my island laid out, I had to replace it with a cafe instead because, you know, the roost isn't here, and the island needed a restaurant slash cafe type of area, so this did the job for me. And thus, the museum has found a better spot. Honestly, I think it matches with the environment quite well, and it even has like a nice little fossil in the front with some floor lights just to at least stick out and show like displays and such. And not only that, the biggest upgrade of all is the resident services, because so you have no idea how much of a big glow up it was. And then next thing you know, we got Isabel in part of our island crew. Like, oh my gosh, like this was such a big surprise. This was literally the start of the road to 3-star island. And that evaluation process, it was kind of annoying at first, but oh my god, my reaction. Just letting you know, volume warning. Yes! 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 Remember my relocated house and like how I mentioned earlier that like everything was such a chore to get down by using ladders and such? Well, all that limited space is gone and it has now transformed into a nice, beautiful front yard with money trees and fruits. And it is such a big glow up with a nice little waterfall next to it. And also, speaking of glow ups, look at this area. Remember the front area? It was all pretty barren and those houses used to be close by. Well, it has turned into like a town type of area now. It's more of like a mini plaza and such. And there's like a nice waterfall that leads you up to the Able Sister shop. And not only that, there's even more glow-ups I gotta show you guys. This is where Simon's house is at, and then this is where Bluebear's house is at as well. And those two houses were never moved at all. They remain to be the same, and it has been a big glow-up. Like, there's decorations now, some nice fences, some beautiful flowers, palm trees, bamboos. Like, oh my gosh. And I bet they wouldn't believe how much of a big glow-up this is compared to how it was before. Like, no kidding. And the neighborhood here you're seeing, it was just a bunch of trees and crap everywhere that I had to clean up. And, you know, with that, it was literally turned into another nice set of a neighborhood. Like, look at this. Look at these paths. Look at these Zen bridges. You remember this old barren area that freaking Goose and Nan had to go through with? Not anymore, because now there's like a fountain plaza and everything. There's a nice neighborhood set with decorations and such, and like filled with a bunch of personality. Like, oh my gosh, it is like so beautiful. Well, looking back at this, I did not realize it was a much bigger change than I thought. I did not believe it. Like, it actually used to look like that to that. And it's crazy too. This is why I really like recording the journal entry series. Just because, like, you can literally see the progress and how much your island has evolved in a span of a month. And just like looking back at it, I just feel nostalgic already. And it's gonna even be more crazy once I look back at this a year or two later on. And then, you know, it would just be crazy. I did not expect for all this to, like, you know, change big time. And since Jorioh had a big establishment expansion, I think it is time to at least give my thoughts in every single villager, because you know, if it weren't for this island, it wouldn't be for these villagers as well. They've helped me a lot in many situations and such, even though I did most of the work still. But hey, I would like to acknowledge them in some way, shape, or form. And thus, that's why I'll be doing thoughts on my villagers in 15 words or less. Let's go. Antonio, a cool-looking anteater. He has sands in his room. Phoebe, very open-armed, but her room is sadistic as hell. Goose, interesting name for a chicken. Loves to flex on his muscles. Paula, she's the mama bear of the island. Has a boring looking room though. Stella, very nice, lighthearted, and a wholesome sheep. Simon, loves to have pet bugs, fishes, and eat snacks in his house. Blue Bear, the name is self-explanatory, but she's a normie. Nan, a relaxed goat with a nice home. Oh my gosh, this piano's dope. Apple, why the fuck is he so short? Get in your cage! Urgh! Just kidding. An adorable short hamster who's too literal from her name. Look at her room. Boomer, I expected your room to take place in the Vietnam War, not Cold War. And thus, that is my thoughts of my current villagers that I have in my island. And I'm so grateful to have them on my island, to each and every single one of them. You know, they've done a lot, and sure, like, they pretty much have similar personalities and such, which I'm kind of fine with, really. But, you know, I'll let them stay on the island for as long as they want. And, you know, if they want to leave anytime, then I'll let some of them leave. But as for now, I'm just going to be grateful that I had them and how much of an impact they made to Jorioh. Now, throughout this journey, it's been quite an intensive month. You know, sometimes it kind of drags. Sometimes I actually kind of ran out of ideas on what to do, but luckily I had friends to help me last minute on what to decide on what to do. You know, doing 30 days isn't pretty easy, and you know, it's fine though. It's a good challenge to at least go through, and I'm actually glad that I got to do this. I've been wanting to do a journal entry series since New Leaf, you know, by doing my town and showcase and such. I even like wanted to get another copy of New Leaf and just had another town just for recording's sake, but you know, I didn't really have a capture card and such, and I'd rather record it that way. But hey, I'm glad that I got to do this now for New Horizons in a much better game, improvement compared to New Leaf and such. And yeah, and you guys may be wondering, what will be happening next in the Animal Crossing video journals? I'll be continuing them. However though, I'll probably only cover it whenever there's game ideas, whenever my island drastically changes, or whenever someone else wants me to record for the island, and for holiday purposes. It's gonna be on certain occasions, not too common though. And besides, I'll be having a short week or two vacation because I'm gonna need it after a 30-day grind of editing with all this and that. It's been pretty much a crazy journey, and because I need to get back to doing my other projects and such, and I need to at least have variety on my content once again, because it's been literally nothing but Animal Crossing for a month. And I think doing something else that's not Animal Crossing will be super refreshing, especially for my standards too, because I haven't played any other games besides Animal Crossing. Like, I have a lot of hours on this, like around 180 hours, I believe. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I haven't really been playing other games and such, and I do miss doing that. I'll be getting back to that eventually. And thus, we're gonna wrap things up here. With the daily journal entry series coming to a conclusion, there's many valuable lessons that I've learned throughout the past month. It truly shows that one man can make a difference to the world. You see, you learn to make it on your own, with the friends you meet, the creatures you find, the past being recovered, and even pay your loan. However, if you love yourself, you just know that you'll never be alone, and with that mindset, you can expand your horizons to see what's outside of it. No matter where I go, I'll always be there for you. And even when summer, fall, winter, and spring. Time is precious. It goes by fast once you get your head in the game. Everything matters on what you do as time accelerates. Even if you mess up and aren't satisfied with the results, it's okay. We all mess up sometimes. And don't forget the progress you made. Just appreciate the journey you went through and coming up with the conclusion now than never. With all that said, thank you for the support for the series and look forward to other content in the near future. Stay safe everyone, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.